Nation of Fitin10, it is day 63. 7 days left of this challenge. 7 days. I told you this challenge goes by super fast. I don't know if it felt long to you or not, but most people say it goes by fast. I think it goes by super fast. Anyways, it's neither here nor there because we only have 7 days left regardless. And this is just a reminder, a strong reminder to sprint through to the finish. Sprint through to the finish. Do your best. Don't do more than what you have to do. Well, I suppose you could if you like. You could do a little bit of extra cardio. But one thing I want to say is before you come in for your scan, don't do like a couple days of like super low carbs and hard cardio or something. It's going to make your scan look worse. It's going to make your scan look worse. So if you can, before you book your scan, and I haven't put it up yet, so I'll do that very, very soon because I know that's coming up in just over a week from now. If you can, don't work out the day before your scan. Do not work out the day before your scan, and don't cut back on your food. Okay, so if there's a day that you want to have some extra water in the muscle, it's the day that you come in for your scan. Okay, so just try to do that. I know people that have, I can tell when they come in because their weight will be substantially down when they come in for their scan. And I can see their body water substantially down. And what that tells me is they did a lot of extra stuff in the last couple days, for sure. Because that's one thing that you will lose. If you do a lot of extra output, you're going to burn through a lot of extra glycogen. And in general, getting rid of glycogen is going to get rid of not just the water as part of the glycogen itself, but also just generally water as a whole. Okay, your body's just going to hold less water. But this doesn't show well on your scan. Okay, so just keep that in mind, all right? You would be better off doing I'm not suggesting you do this, but you'd be better off doing extra for the next 5 days and then kind of like going back to normal, or maybe even having a little bit extra carbohydrates and roll into the scan. Okay, trust me on this. All right, I got some feedback, so let's read it. This is under name something specific you can improve upon for the following week. Last week of the challenge, I would like to improve on getting an hour more of sleep each night. This is hard to be accountable to, but what I would suggest is try to go to bed an hour earlier. Just go to bed an hour earlier. I am also cutting sugar and gluten for the last week. I don't eat a lot of sugar or gluten. Some of my coffee cream, some in my coffee cream. Does cream have sugar? I don't think cream has sugar. Cream is more fat. There's very little sugar in cream, to my knowledge, unless you have some sort of different kind of cream. Maple syrup, yes, obviously sugar. Honey, sugar, yes. Bread, starch, but ultimately starch is sugar. Yeah, just so you're aware, gluten, I don't know if you're familiar with this or not, but gluten is a protein. It's not an amino acid, it's an actual protein structure that some people are not sensitive to. So it's not anything that you really should avoid if you're not sensitive to it. I am a little bit sensitive to it. I should avoid it. A lot of people are sensitive to it. I don't know what percentage-wise, whether it's 30% of North American population, or maybe it's 70%, I have no idea. But I do know that a lot of people seem to be sensitive to it. So you could do that. Just keep in mind that it is a protein. Sugar, on the other hand, don't think of things as sugar per se. So you can think of sugar as, when you think about carbohydrates, okay, put fiber aside. That is sugar. That's all sugar. Yeah, I realize that some of it's starch and some of it might be low glycemic starch, and you're probably thinking, or maybe you're thinking, or somebody might watch this and say, well, you can't possibly say that, table sugar and, I don't know, brown rice are the same, are going to react to the body the same way. Okay, they're not, but ultimately they are broken down into sugar. Obviously, one's going to break down the sugar much faster than the other, or one's going to enter the bloodstream as sugar much faster than the other. I'm not denying that. But my point is here is there are certain things that are sugar-based. That is, the majority of their calories are coming from sugar, like fruit in general. Maybe not berries because those are high fiber, but let's take something like an apple or an orange or something. They've got some fiber too, but the majority of carbohydrates in that is sugar, but you are getting a lot of return on that in terms of nutrition. You're getting lots of, vitamins and minerals and phytonutrients and some fiber. So don't look at sugar as sugar is bad. Really, when we're talking about sugar, we're talking about foods that are high in sugar and are, they've gone through some level of processings, meaning a lot of nutrients are stripped from them, and then they're loaded with sugar and fat sometimes. So typical, obvious example would be like candy or something. Okay, just pure sugar and nothing else comes along with it. So that's what I would avoid. Honey has got some great properties to it. There are some decent breads out there. So you don't have to do this, okay? The reason I say this is because you don't have to make things harder than what they already are. You might as well, if it's not really going to make a difference and you enjoy certain things, you might as well keep them in, right? You might as well. I mean, why make things harder when they don't have to be? I always see this in competitive bodybuilders, competitive physique athletes. I see this all the time. They always make their life harder than it has to be. It doesn't have to be that hard. Okay, anyways, it's just that I'm just saying that. So if you want to keep some honey in there, if you want to keep some bread in there, as long as it stays within your carbohydrate range, it's not going to make a difference. All right, let's move along here. Oh, I'm at 7 minutes. All right, let's see what the next person wrote. There's a lot. I think I'll just save it because this will go well over 10 minutes. So let's get to the message of the day. I feel like it's another one of these videos that I didn't say very much. But anyways. Did I say it was day 63? It's not. It's day 64. It's day 64. And on this day 64, it's a very simple message. Where there is a will, there is a way. Where there is a will, there is a way. Where there is a will, there is a way. If you make something a priority, you'll find a way to get it done. If it's important enough to you, you'll find a way to get it done. I'm not saying it's easy. I'm not judging you either. I'm just saying, if there is a will, there is a way. It's that simple. So when it comes to your diet, and now there may be some things that you legitimately you just hadn't thought about or you couldn't figure out, like traveling with food or something like that. You may have thought, well, I'm traveling and I just there's nothing I can do. But in fact, there is. And I'm just using that as an example. But ultimately, when you want something bad enough, you will find a way. If you really want something bad enough, you will find a way to do it. Anything, I'll say this, I realize it only applies to me, but I know in my own life, anything I've really, really, really wanted to do, I found a way to do it. I've pretty much always found a way to make my diet work for me since I was 18. And, that wasn't just luck. It wasn't that I was always lucky. It's just because I always found a way. Anyways, you get the point. If you want to do something bad enough, you'll find a way. Where there is a will, there is a way. All right. I guess that's all I'm going to say. Positive energy, positive vibes, believe in yourself, and for the love of God, give some gratitude. And I will talk to you tomorrow. And Cheryl, I will get to your question or your feedback. See you guys.